How do I actually... It's fine. It's so weird that in Twitch I cannot even... Oh, it's just the mechanics. That's good. That's good. That's good. 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 So now I need to actually... find a way to pop out this chat once again, but it's fine. 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 Let's bump up the music here. Right? All right. What is this here? What up, boys? Ismail. Get this window on the other side here. Yeah. All right. So basically, we have a good setup to continue the game. Am I actually still having something here? What up? Nomad now. What up, man? Twitch. I need to fucking get this Twitch chat popped out and so I can actually. Here. This one. All right, I can pause this. Damn, we can't. God damn, this is fucking annoying. That's what I need. This thing here. Alright, let's go. We're good to go. Oh, this is another one. Yeah, I have enough. Boom. Yes. So what I'm doing is basically looking for a good way to add more weapons, and each weapon spawns its own projectile, and gonna have levels and everything. So if I do a make real quick here, so of course, so it's shooting bullets. It's not manipulating the tiles. That's because we changed some stuff up. So shit, I deleted that bullet. I deleted that bullet. Can I bring... I cannot bring it back. I cannot bring it back. Let me close all the windows real quick here. I'm gonna save everything. Yeah, sure. Weapon. So we have this full weapon. I'm trying to do a little bit too much of abstraction, and that's the problem. So we're gonna check this, we're gonna update the position, then we're gonna say collided tiles is going to be get collided tiles. For tile. So tile is something that is weapon hit. Let me see, this is going on. Tile dot tile map. I want to learn these things. How do you do that? Just a lot of practice, man. I mean, a lot of practice. Yeah. So I have something what is called handle weapon hit, right? So tile handle weapon. Oh, I made a big mistake. Handle weapon hit. It's still early, man. Handle weapon hit. Only if we want it to be hit by a weapon. So what we need to do is we need to check. And you're gonna see that's gonna be complicated because the game itself is simple, but the way it's going to work is very mechanically in-depth, and it's for the players that love Path of Exile, Diablo min-maxing, your character, vampire survivors. They're gonna love this game because there's gonna be a lot of mechanics involved, unpredictable and replayable. So we're gonna say I'm gonna switch based on the tile variant here, right? And I'm gonna say case if the tile is not an air tile, I think. If the tile can be hit, but we're gonna see that later on. So case if it's a solid tile, then we're going to say handle this weapon hit. Actually, each tile should handle the weapon hit, to be honest. Each tile should handle the weapon hit. Yeah. Actually, to be honest, just handle the weapon hit. And then in the tile itself, we have something like set variant here. So if handle the weapon hit tile here, we're gonna say basically if it's a solid tile, we're gonna set the variant to an air tile. You see? That's beautiful, right? But the thing is that we don't want to... This enemy is not getting rendered. There is an enemy and it's not getting rendered on the screen. And that's because of rect. I know what it is. It's the... I changed in game object. I changed get rect. Not get rect, but a function that is being called rect. This one here. So this rectangle returns the rectangle of this texture based on the camera position of the game. It's not. Shit. Shit. Oof. My enemies are not getting rendered. God damn it. Hey, they are getting rendered. Wait, that was... That was weird. So they're manipulating the tiles, that's good, right? Yeah, it's the bullets. It's the bullets. So the bullets basically keep going. They keep going forever. The projectiles, right? So that's what I want to fix. We had that fixed, but with some refactorings. What we could do is we could call P projectile render, but that's P projectile. So the underlying object, data object that's in here, projectile, is annoying because my Vim GG key is escape. So each time I need to press this G key, this is so fucking annoying. P projectile, and then we could call render here, but that's so bad. It works and it could help you, but it's so fucking bad. What up, RWX Rob, man? Thanks for the 29 people jumping into the stream. Welcome, everybody. My name is Anthony GG, normally on YouTube, but also on Twitch. We're making a game in Golang, and we're gonna publish it to Steam. That's what we're gonna do. Yeah. Welcome. Welcome. Oh boy. What are we making? We're making basically some kind of a bullet hell shooter, combination of Inversus, Vampire Survivors, Nuclear Throne, all that good stuff, man. That's what we're doing. Which GUI framework? Nothing. We only use SDL2, man. We are making a bold move. Not gonna lie. Making a bold move. We just actually started. This game is 3 days old, and we're making it. We're setting it up. So basically, the game involves. Of course, this is just. There are no graphics in the game. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. But first, mechanics. So basically, for the people that don't know, Vampire Survivors, check that out. So you're gonna know a little bit what it's gonna be. But the thing is, everything involves the tiles in the game, right? So the game is gonna have different tiles, and your weapon are going to manipulate the tiles. The enemies are going to manipulate the tiles, and some tiles are basically just solid, you can cross them. Some tiles will decrease your movement speed, some tiles will invert your direction, some tiles will... whatever, right? That's the thing. So the tiles are very important to in the game. So it's a mechanic. You can get stuck, you can lock enemies in, you can do a lot of stuff, right? That's the thing. Of course, yeah, that's basically what we're doing. SDL2 is what we're using. Yeah, you could use something like Raylip, but man, like SDL is, once you have the thing set up, it's fine. It's fine. It's gonna be good. It's amazing. Yeah, so wait. A couple things we are missing because we did the refactor of this projectile shenanigans. Is and I deleted my previous bullet with all the code. No, I don't know. I just could copy paste it, man. I just could copy paste this thing. To get the weapon hit, so we also need to check. Wait, we have something in collision. On collision. That's the fucking. Yeah, wait, where is this enemy? Enemy, look at that, that's beautiful, right? Case bullet, so that's already a problem. So, okay, so we know we have something, a callback, which is called on collision, which is basically the game itself is gonna call on collision on another entity. We could do a couple things. We could do something like we did here, right? We could just switch based on the type and then say case if it's a full projectile, and then we can do this, right? So we can kill them because they're gonna have, I think they have, I don't know, some HP. But you can see that there's a problematic problem. You could switch on the type here and could say v.attack power, but we don't have that because a projectile doesn't have attack power, the weapon has attack power. What we also could do is check if this other, for example, is going to be of type projectile, something like this. Get the weapon. Let's say 50 is fine, so we can kill these enemies. I'm thinking here real quick because there is out of bounds. That's what we need to do here with this projectile. Where's fucking projectile? Where is this code, man? Here. Okay, cool. So we're gonna make a function here. Func p projectile. Actually, that should be in game object, to be honest. Not gonna lie. Let's save this real quick. Entity. G game object. Is out of bounds. Is that a thing? A boolean? Return false. So it basically means that we're gonna check if this game object is out of the screen bounds. If it's, we can delete it. And then we can actually say out of bounds with a buffer. Because some, for example, maybe some projectiles could, that could be the lifetime actually. That's something for later on. I was just thinking projectile has a lifetime, so what we could do. This foo projectile. You could say something like p dot lifetime minus s some factor based on the tile. The problem is that I'm thinking so hard is because we're gonna have multiple projectiles and we're gonna have so let's say each tile is gonna cost 25, right? So we can basically kill 4 tiles with this. Oh no, that's not true. This lifetime, no, that's not gonna fly. That's not gonna fly, man. This game, as I said, is gonna be tile variant. It's kind of complex mechanics. Case, air tile, no. If it's a solid tile, then we want to do this, right? Because otherwise it's never gonna shoot a fucking bullet anymore. Right, you can see now we can only kill a couple times because the lifetime is basically removing. But the question is, do we wanna fucking yeah, now we can kill them, eh? See, they're still going out of the bounds of the level, right? So we need to fix that. Next step. And this is not an engine thing anymore, right? So everything what a game engine should do is basically dumb. That's not actually a big of a deal if you think about it. It's no big of a deal because the most complex part of this game or a game, 3D is a completely different story, but is not the way we render things and get textures on the screen. That's the easy part basically. The hard part is setting up your mechanics in a way you can easily tweak them, fine-tune them, balance them, and add more into the game without having a complete mess. That's the hard part. I have the mechanics in my head. Now I need to test them, but now I need to find a good way to set my architecture in some kind of a way that it's possible to do that. And there's nothing engine related. It's not Unity related or Unreal related, because the same thing in these game engines. Once you have the way to render stuff, you need to find a way to have your mechanics into the game. That's the hard part, right? Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is go back to this entity thing. I'm gonna say is out of bounds, is out of level, maybe. No, that's is out of screen. We have something in tile map because we don't render tiles that are basically out of the bounds somewhere. It's game. It's game. We have something like game dot is visible. That's something. And we could do G rect maybe, but that's with the camera. That's with the fucking camera, right? That's a problematic problem. That's the other act. Because the game object rect uses the camera as an offset, which is not giving you the correct position to see if it's out of screen or not. Is that true? Because we checked tile rect here is visible. Let me quickly see. We do use the camera in a position. Well, in that case, is game visible? So that's actually easy. Question is, do we need that this stupid function then? Because right now we can say here move here, first check if it's out of bounds. So we're gonna say if P is out of screen, if P is out of screen, that's the thing. So if P lifetime, we destroy. Then we check the position, and then we need to check it's out of screen. It's out of the screen, right? You could easily make the mistake by saying, okay, P lifetime and out of screen, we destroy. But that's not true. Doesn't actually really matter. Is out of screen. P destroyed equals true, and then return. And then the game can clean up this thing. Let me see if that works. Let's go to the top. From the bottom to the top. Damn, that's not gonna... That ain't flying. Right? It does it out of screen. Not out of level. Shit, I'm stuck. I'm dead. That's what we want, actually. I think it's working, right? See, game entity 0. Yeah. We're doing good. We're doing good. Why can I not see this chat? What's going on here? What lips do you use? SDL. SDL2? That's basically the only thing I'm using. Ah, now I got it. All right. Of course, the speed is a little bit on the low side. We have some friction. We have some nice movement. It feels good to move because it's not like a blocking, not a snapping thing like everybody else uses makes game. It's a little bit of special twist. So that's good. What's going on with my fucking caps lock? You got now infinite projectile. So what's gonna happen is, yeah, you're gonna keep shooting. You're gonna keep shooting. There's no ammo. So I'm gonna go back to this thing. Oh, this is fine. This is fine. This is already going to be a weapon level, whatever, right? You're not gonna have in the beginning so much projectiles. So that's the first thing. So the second thing we need to do is let's make something real quick, actually. A tile is going to be responsible for spawning items also, or experience or something. In an ideal scenario, we're going to use a lot of interfaces to manipulate everything, but that's in an ideal scenario. The problem is right now I'm sitting at the point where I want to do everything. You know what I mean? I want to go there, I want to do this, I want to do that, and I'm completely unorganized. I think I really need to have a good stepping plan what I need to do. Because I want to do this, and then, okay, I need to have experience things, drops from monsters. I need to have a way to upgrade my weapons, to add modifiers. It's so many things that I need to do. That's not basically complex, but the problem is that I don't know where to move. That's the problem. Where is my Twitch chat here? Okay, that's good. That's the thing, right? But hey, I was thinking maybe we should actually try to add another enemy variant into the game. Or maybe try to add multiple weapons at once. So the thing is, you're gonna pick up multiple weapons at once and they're gonna fire at once, right? So let's do that. So basically I have these weapons here. So let's make a new file. Let's say laser weapon. I'm gonna make a laser for sure. Actually, how do I wanna laser weapon go? Right. Let's see if I can make that work. Package main. Laser weapon. Struct. So it's gonna have a weapon state and a fire rate. So it's gonna be like this. W new laser. No, this is not gonna be it. Just need a weapon state here. Weapon. Keyboard is fucking up. Laser weapon. $2000 is going to be the default fire rate, I think, for the beginning. Return W. The thing is, this weapon should have... No, this is a pointer. Yeah, it is. So now we're gonna have the full weapon, but we can add also the new laser weapon if we want. And it's gonna work perfectly fine. So what's gonna happen is each time the player updates, it's gonna call fire on the weapon, on all the weapons he has. That's what's gonna happen. Of course, you're gonna pick them up, right? You're gonna select them based. You're gonna build your character the way you want. So you're not gonna have any weapons. There's gonna be a lot of weapons in the game, but you can select which one. Also a little bit based on RNG, right? So that basically means this weapon needs to have a projectile, and we're gonna make type laser projectile. Which is gonna be a struct, which is gonna embed the projectile struct. Right? So it's data. You're gonna compose data with each other. So now I have all the projectile data I need. A little bit of using or a little bit of a width, like Pascal uses back in the day. That's that. Let me see how we do that with this other weapon here. A new full weapon, new projectile, func new laser pro. This G, man. Projectile is gonna be a pointer to this projectile. No, laser projectile. I'm gonna say P is gonna be N laser projectile. I hate everything, every word with the G, and it's so annoying to type if you use Vim. We need to say that the projectile here is going to be a new projectile. Why? Because this is going to create the underlying game object of this projectile. I know it's a little bit... We need to do that, otherwise it's going to be a fucking mess. Back to F. Direction. This direction, you're gonna spawn them in a certain thing. We're gonna make a color here. P color is going to be a new color. Actually, two 2550. Not quite sure what it is. Green, blue, whatever. I think we need to use textures here because we cannot rotate these things. We need to use textures. The problem is if you, I started out with just filling rectangles. Then I used textures for my tiles and everything already because it's using the GPU, not using your graphics card. If you're using accelerated, so that's much more performant. But I still have from my mocking phase, which we're actually still doing. Still have stuff over that just is getting rendered by fill rect, which is basically just filling pixels in your screen at a certain location. Right? It's not more than that. The thing is that in able to make my laser, I could use one texture and then scale it based on where it needs to be. and rotate it where it needs to be. But we can fix this also manually, but it's gonna be... By the end of the day, everything will use textures at the end game. So we're gonna say width. Be lifetime. I don't know what that's gonna be actually. It hasn't a projectile speed. I need to go to the... I'll be right back. Just a little break here. I need to pee like a maniac. Stick with me. Hey. What a boys. Okay, so... Alright. A laser, which is just a beam. A beam. We don't need the speed for that. So the question is, where is it going to spawn this thing if we fire, right? If we fire... So we're going to say if W can fire. W lost fire is going to be SDL.getTix of 46. And then we need to do something. Right? We can actually do something like this. We could print it out real quick, but actually... So... It's going to spawn a laser in a certain direction, and based on the weapon level, it's going to have multiple directions. It's going to be stronger. It's gonna laser longer. Think about this one mechanic in Vampire Survivors. This one weapon that's the slash or something. I'm not quite sure what it was. So, first of all, we're going to say that the laser... Let's do one direction, right? Let's do one direction. One direction. It's fucking Soy Def boys band, man. Laser... We had some fun namings in this project already. Erect, Get Wrecked, and now we have one direction. What's next? Maybe we're gonna imagine... dragons. Alright, so laser. There's gonna be a new laser projectile. Could call it a new laser, to be honest. We're gonna spawn this at the player position here. How do we know that? That's a good question. Did we just do the same thing here? Yeah, we just get the player. Yeah, it's fine. Game, player, position. And then we're gonna say the direction. Let's make one direction. And it's gonna be a vec2 f of -1, 0. And then we're gonna say game spawn this beautiful laser into the game. Look at him! Alright. But we got something in the game, right? We got something. So it's gonna work is this laser is gonna have 265, right? Is that? We want to have this 265. We're gonna see. We're gonna tweak and balance the game, guys. And everybody in my community, jump into the Discord and everything. I'm gonna make a Steam page. I'm gonna be very transparent and put a lot of demos on it. The game is not gonna be that much later on. It's gonna cost, I don't know, below $10, right? But I'm gonna use playable demos so you guys can play test it and can see who can make the most min-maxed character with the best score and all that stuff, and then we can balance it together, right? Because balancing is hard, right? So because I'm a very hardcore player of Path of Exile and all that stuff, so I know good things that players love to build their character, right? So it's gonna be easy for the noobs, but it's going to be very advanced for the professional gamers. Ooh, buddy. AP lifetime. So what we're gonna do is basically each time we update this thing, where is my update function here? So we're gonna say, for example, p lifetime minus s. We're gonna have a special variable, a special field in this laser projectile. We're gonna call as the duration of my lifetime is a float. So we're gonna say this also gonna be a float. So we're gonna say that the duration, which is gonna be scaled up. The higher your weapon, the better you if you wanna min-max your laser projectile, you're gonna go for duration, isn't it? So I don't know. So we have a lifetime of 100. I have no fucking clue how I'm gonna do this. I can do this. Hey, I'm a bad mathematician. Get erect. It is. Yesterday we had erect. We had an entity and we called that E and then called the rect on that entity, which was erect. And it was crazy. I think YouTube is gonna ban me for these things. But hey, it's e.rect, so erect. You know what I mean? It's like, what can I do about that? Nothing. Wah! Boom! But the problem is that these lasers, I'm so bad at math, I don't think actually sometimes. When I stream, I don't think. Was this FMT println is not gonna work out, my man. Let's see. Am I just complete garbage or what is this? Oh. multiplication with a variable less than 1 is decreasing it, or what is going on? I mean, well, 100 times 1 is 100, right? So if we do times 0.5, it's 50, right? It's decreasing. Yeah, I know what it is. So the problem is gonna be that this is so bad. So we need to do something like, yeah, it's never gonna hit 0. But the problem is, what's a good factor? Because that's not duration. Because to be honest, it's the higher this duration is, the less the duration is, right? That sounds good. The problem is the position of this laser is bad. So what we're also gonna do is the position is out of let me kill all these windows here. Close all. So basically, so we call player position, right? But that's not the thing. So we should have something like the position is going to be in vec to f, right? And we're gonna say it's gonna be the players. Let's say p is going to be game players, right? And then we're gonna say, wait, yes. The x is going to be the p dot position x. And then we're gonna say, because it depends actually on the you know what? To make it easy, we're gonna say that x is going to be because otherwise we need to check if the laser is shooting. We're gonna just do the y in this case, right? And it's gonna be p position y plus the player dot height divided by 2. Right? But then we need to also minus the weapon dot height divided by 2. Shit. We need to do this like that. Laser position, because we don't. So the problem is that we don't know the height of our projectile in this weapon. So we first need to create the laser. But the laser weapon could have information about the projectile, so we don't need to do this, but it's the same thing. So now we can actually say it's going to be the laser height divided by 2 is this. Mismatch types of fluids. Shit. You see, that's a little bit annoying because it spawns. Direction doesn't really matter in this laser. It's the weapon that spawns this thing, actually. Should be. Why instead of basically doing this, instead of saying make a new laser projectile, set the position, spawn is, why don't we say new laser projectile, make me a new laser projectile, set the position and spawn it into the game with this constructor. It's a little bit more like Unity where you say create game object and call it a day, right? Because it's gonna be animated, right, guys? It's not gonna be a simple, stupid laser. It's gonna be. It's first making the blueprint. So wait, let me see. How can I? Because if it's another direction, right? If it needs to shoot in the other direction. Then you need to say minus laser width. Lasers. Wait. Is that? You see? It's the level 1 weapon. Anthony, can you get your fucking things straight? So what's gonna happen now? Now we're gonna shoot the laser where we move. You see? That's annoying because it's the moment it spawns it here, but you're already moving, right? So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna check if we can actually kill people with this laser, right? Probably not because our projectile is carrying us, right? Where is player here? But I hope you see, and now you're gonna stack up weapons together, right? So you're gonna stack weapon on weapon on weapon. Player. Where is my weapon here? So we're not gonna give him the full weapon, which I still need to find a name for that, right? So now we're gonna only have the laser, but the laser do nothing, right? You see, the laser doesn't kill anything. The laser is bullshit. So. So this is something that happens all the fucking time, right? Oh. This is actually bad, right? So we decrease the lifetime. Maybe we should decrease the lifetime each tick here, huh? Or actually at the end. We don't care about the lifetime here. We handle the weapon hit. That's what we do. What's going on here? Kill him! The thing is, what is going on with the collisions? Of course. Shit. This laser is gonna be a little bit more difficult than we thought. Well, not difficult. It's gonna get add some more things. So the reason why I'm actually doing this, adding a new weapon, is to see how we're gonna handle multiple weapons, how they're gonna render, how they're gonna update, and how they're gonna interact with the world, just to see the way we need to organize our code. Because you can already see, for example, this laser projectile. Like I said, it's all temporary, right? It's all temporary. So this laser projectile basically has get collided tiles. If you see what this thing does is it checks for corners, right? So yeah, nice. So basically, if these are our tiles here, right? And we're gonna shoot a laser. And can we more colors maybe? Yeah. Yellow, please. Hello. Colors. Oh, wait. It doesn't matter. This is a laser, right? So if we shoot our laser, what's gonna happen is which tile is going to get affected? This tile, right? This tile is gonna get affected only. Why? Because we check this corner, we check this corner, this corner, this corner, and this corner, right? So, a couple ways we can solve this, to be honest. Just a second, guys. What's going on here? 14 people. I'm also on YouTube, by the way, guys, if you want to watch on YouTube. Although I prefer Twitch because it's Insta, right? Twitch is Insta. In YouTube, you say something, and after 1 hour, people actually respond because there's a delay. I don't know why. What are we doing here? Excalibur. So, that's nasty. Because how do we get tiles? Well, it's simple, right? So if you have a tile grid, the only thing we do is we check... how do I zoom in this thing? It's like... We check if this point... We check the coordinates, we truncate them from a float to an int. And you could say, yeah, what's it to the game? It's pixel. Why do you use floats for your positions? Because the calculations are much more smoother. You know, if you try to do calculations with just integers, it's gonna kind of work, but we have some friction implementation to basically have a smooth movement. Because normally if you make a game yourself real quick, even in Unity or something, you're gonna move, it's gonna stop. You're gonna press right and you stop, it's gonna snap, right? Snap stop. So I implemented some gliding mechanic to make it smooth. So you need to have a friction parameter. If you have a friction int, you cannot, it's not gonna work that well. So that's why it floats. So the position on the screen are floats, but the position in the world are ints. So we basically truncate this position, and then we can calculate the tile in the tile map directly. So it's very performant because we don't need to loop over all these tiles. We just need to know one point and fetch that directly out of a one-dimensional array, which is super, super, super effective, efficient. So, but the problem is, of course, these, if we overlap the laser with these two tiles, it's not gonna work. Unless you could say, okay, this is the start, this is the end, and then we know it collides here, so we can take every tile until this position. So that's a possibility. You could also say, for example, we're gonna add these points in. We're gonna divide the laser with some points. And then we're gonna check these points, all of they collided. Or maybe we could make these points here, actually, to be honest. In the corners here, right? Something like that. To check. And then to fetch the things, because right now the laser shoots left and right, but if the weapon upgrades, it's gonna shoot multiple directions, right? So it's gonna... Where is my... Where is this tool? How can I rotate this? What's going on? How? Anyway, you get the point where we're gonna have this laser going to shoot like this, right? And then we're gonna have tiles. You're gonna have tiles here. Not the best graphic designer, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Right. So, because these tiles are actually very close, I think having something like this should work. But hey, is it possible to have the tiles or some tiles to do collision detection? Yes. Of course, we check the collision each time, right? This is get collided tiles, but this is for the default game object. This is for the. So actually, what happens if we copy this function? Paste it in here. What is this called? A laser projectile. The problem is with this YouTube chat, man. It's like this Streamlabs thingy, Streamlabs, and then I have these icons, and I cannot see what people actually write. Let me see. Got it several times, yeah. So what we're gonna do is get collided tiles. We're gonna basically do some override of this thing. So laser projectile. I think we can do this. Let me see if it's gonna override. It probably will, right? Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's nice. There's actually two you can't, right? So I think the best way to do is to add multiple detection points for these lasers, to be honest. If somebody is much more smarter than me, let me know. So what I'm thinking to do is to divide my rectangle into multiple points. So the question is, so it's the width of this lasers. Why is this P? Projectile, I see. We're not gonna use 32 points, man. They ain't gonna fucking fly. They ain't gonna work. Are we going to get away with the center? That's the question. Are we going to get away by So we know that each tile is going to be 64 anyway, right? So it's going to be 64 on 64, right? So I'm just trying to do it the most efficient way without... So there's gonna be... I would love to have these squares. Can we change that? Oh yeah, we can. Oh baby, look at that. Amazing. Hey. Can I select? Oh, what a noob. Anyway, so we're gonna take this thing. Can we rotate that? Oh yeah, we can. I don't think we're gonna... So what I'm thinking is, if we're gonna... The less points we need to check, the better. But I think there are people way more smart, because what you could do is you could actually, if this is nothing and this is nothing, you have no feedback, right? You have no feedback from the game. If this collided, then you have feedback, because these points are basically checked. So then you could say, okay, we have feedback, we collided with this tile. So that means that we can calculate this position and then find our way, check. But then we need to loop over all these tiles, which is not performant. The most performant thing is to directly fetch a coordinate and check it against a rectangle intersection. So I think if we divide that by 4, well, I mean, this point, center, this point, this point, this point, this point, this point, then I think we're gonna have a good job, because our angle is going to be... The angles are going to be this angle, and then just like a 45 degrees. The end game weapon, right? In the end game, you're gonna have this laser, right? This laser is gonna shoot from all these positions, right? That's what's gonna happen in the end game. Of course, it's gonna be... Right, it's gonna... And this, the player is gonna be here, right? You know what I mean? Look at that. We're drawing! We're doing, for the first time in our streaming career, which is a 1 year, we're doing some graphical stuff, right? Not quite sure if you guys can see that actually, because these colors are weird, and yeah, this one. So then it's gonna be, and then at the end, right? If you have a maxed out duration laser, it's gonna stay forever. Right? It's gonna be Path of Exile, where you have these permanent buffs up, so, and kill everything, melt everything across your path. That's what you're gonna do. Okay. Alright, so we know I should plan way more. We're not gonna check 46 points, my friends. We're gonna hard code everything, right? So we're gonna say here. So we're gonna check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10 points. Is that true? Convert, truncate this position, right? Truncate the float 60, whatever. The vector F, vector floats. There should be a fucking way to loop over these things, right? I mean... we're gonna say make a slice vec2 10 for underscore. Actually, no, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do this. Len positions. Positions y equals pos equals what's coming. Like that, right? That's the thing. We're gonna say pos is going to be, let's do something very simple. Let's mock this out, vec2 of nothing. Right? This is gonna be, for example, underscore is x for the compiler, underscore is y, so the compiler is being satisfied after I just satisfied my girl this morning. Actually, that's not true because she's not at home this morning, so I'm lying. But you got the point, right? We as developers, we as programmers, we have a very, very, very hard life. We do not only need to satisfy the compiler, we also need to satisfy our girl. So we need to satisfy two people. And if you think that women are hard to satisfy, then I have some fucking bad news. Because compilers are very hard to satisfy. So if we know that, who is the biggest bitch in the programming world? Rust. Exactly. Because she's hard to get, you know what I mean? Rust is hard to get, right? Rust is hard to satisfy. And we all know what that means. If you cannot satisfy a girl, you throw her away and you never come back. That's exactly what we did with the Rust programming language. Cheers to that. It is true, man. Rust is hard to satisfy. Not gonna lie. Celerodonoma. Yeah, it looks a little bit like that, right? It looks a little bit like that, but it's just tiling. We just visual the tiles. It's going to be pixel art, right? It's going to be completely different than you see now. We're just basically doing some X-ray game mechanics, and then it's just drawing some pixels, replace the textures, and have a good time. Alright, so we're gonna make 10 positions here. We're gonna loop over all the positions, and then we're gonna actually say well, this is 265, right? But we said we have 5 points each side. So that means that if we take this thing and we do this times 5, you see, I'm an autist. You know what I mean? I'm dyslexic. You're gonna laugh with me, but I'm so dyslexic it's crazy. I'm a genius, but I'm also a big idiot. I don't know why that is. So can you look? I just did the calculation of 265 divided by 5. 56 divided by 5. And I was 51.2. And I still need to multiply it to see if it actually comes back to 256. That looks like an idiot to me if you do that. But it's a part of my thinking process. I'm so sorry. I don't know what it is, why I'm doing this. It's a part of my thinking process. And like I said, I'm a genius, but I'm also the biggest idiot on the table. So if you know that, it's fine. Know yourself. I don't know. It's gonna be, like I said, first I'm gonna make it work, guys, and then I'm gonna make it better. So I'm gonna try to come up with a solution here for this stupid fucking laser. Who had thought that? So we're gonna say This 5 thingy should actually be len position divided by 2 actually. Len positions. Ah! Why did I change that? Alright, okay, I got it. So X is gonna be X. What? Y is going to be... Y plus the increment. That's not true. Yeah. Yeah, somebody says you can use a big bunch of tiles using a big rectangle. I know that. But that doesn't actually... What we could do actually to make it even more better, it's not gonna be the most performant thing. It's like he said, right? So what you could do is... You could take the center, right? You could take the center of your laser and then do a square magnitude thingy. Where you're gonna square the laser, grab all these tiles within these positions, 1, 2, 3, 4, grab all these tiles and then just do a loop over all these tiles and do an intersection. And each tile is intersected with our rectangle is gonna be affected. Is that the thing, guys? Is that the play? Because that's a kind. This is the most fast one. This is the fastest thing. The only thing we need to do is just make 10 coordinates, check 10 positions, call it a day. But this is not gonna work for very long lasers. Because if you have very long lasers, this variable needs to be different, right? Because 10 positions is gonna kind of work for what we have, but it's not gonna... 10 positions is basically 5 increments, but that's not gonna work for big lasers, because if you have a big laser, then you're gonna miss some tiles, right? Because you're gonna do 5. So you do... Anyway, so wait, can we do... Can we do something else? That's the center. I know how to do it, but the question is, how do I need to do? I'm so bad at math, especially on stream. All right, so what I'm gonna do actually is I'm gonna take a little break, and the Queen's Gambit, so boring, man. Anyway, so I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna think about how I'm gonna solve this the most efficient way that actually can stick in the game for a while. I think just doing, you have a laser, you basically square root its, you take its, I need to think about that, because the way we have our tiles is a little bit different, right? So the way, if you're using, if you can just loop over all the entities and just check it, then it's easy. But we want to have the most efficient way to check the tiles directly, right? So I'm gonna do that. Maybe I'm gonna stream back tonight. Who knows? But I need to really think. It's hard on stream to have a long pauses. It's not interesting for you, it's not interesting for me, so I need to play around with that. So I want to say thanks everyone for watching, for the people on Twitch, for the people on YouTube. If you're on Twitch, check out the YouTube channel, jump into my Discord community, hey, so we can actually play test the game, balance it, make some cool mechanics and all that stuff, and see how far we go, how far we get. Keep motivating me is very important, because we need to release this game. For once in my life, I made a lot of shit of games, like everybody, like you, like me, like a lot of people, but we don't release them because we lose interest, because we make the scope too big. So for once in my life, we need to do that. Please, help me. Help me. Slap me on the cheeks if you see me getting out of track. We need to, and we will, release a game on Steam. Thanks for watching.